Hello and welcome back to this tutorial on how to build a reading app. Today we will be addressing step 4, and that is how to compile the app itself. Last time we were together, we were building the books themselves, putting them together. You'll remember that we put together the 3 books for the hymn, Jesus Shall Reign. Today we will be addressing step 4, and that is how to compile the app itself and to put the reading books into the app. So you'll remember we were working with Bloom and we had created these 3 books, Jesus Shall Reign separate with a page per verse, and Jesus Shall Still Reign, and that one had, from memory, 2 verses per page. So basically now that we've prepared these books, we've got them ready. By the way, you could always go into the book as well, click Edit Book, and you can also put audio on the front cover too. So you can, same process we followed before. You've got this text at the front of your book. You can also record or import a file. In fact, I could do this right now. I could speak and give each file its own title. The title could have audio as well. So I'll do this. I'll use this function now. Jesus Shall Reign separate. So I had to hold it down. I'm going to split that audio as well. See if that worked well. And let's hear it together.
Jesus shall reign separate.
That's fine. I think that works fine. I could do the same thing with the other ones, obviously. So go into Edit the Book, choose the front cover, hold down the Speak button when you're ready to speak. Jesus Shall Reign. Remember to split and then check the audio at the end. Obviously, if you would like to, you can add your own dividers in there and separate the words.
Jesus shall reign.
That's fine by me. And the last one in here, edit this book, go back to the front cover and record Jesus Shall Still Reign.
Jesus shall still reign.
Sounds fine to me. Okay, so now that the books are ready, what you want to do is to go to the tab up the top here that says Publish. And we are going to be publishing these books today, not as PDFs or on the web. We're going to use Bloom Publisher. This is a good opportunity if you wanted to change the color of the front page of your book. Down here on the right, you've got this option available to you if you'd like to have a different color. So we did that before as well. When you're ready to save it as a Bloom Publishing file. Choose the book, choose the folder where you'd like to put it. So I'm putting mine in Bloom Test Books. It will save that whole book as a package. So that's done the first one there. I need to save the other 2 as well. So Publish as Bloom Publish File. There we go. That's the second of 3 books. And now the last book. I also want this to be on the app. So I go into Bloom Publisher and I save it again. So now, in terms of making the app, we've finished working with Bloom, so we can put that away. And now we're going to look at working with Reading App Builder. You will remember when we installed Bloom, we also went through the process of installing the Reading App Builder. The website's quite clear. You just download it and put it together. When you are installing it, it will ask you if you would like to install the Java Development Kit, JDK, and the Android Software Development Kit, SDK. Now, in order to make the apps and make them usable on people's phones, you do need to install both of those programs as well. So just follow the wizard and you'll be able to install it. The installation wizard is very helpful. You'll be able to install it. And then once you've installed it, please go ahead and load up Reading App Builder. And you should get a page like this, although it will ask you most probably to start a new app. So I will get the new app page open myself. and just zoom in a wee bit so that we have a wee bit more, so it's a wee bit clearer there. So first, the process for making a new app is just following along with this wizard, basically. So the first thing we want to do is give it a name. I'm going to call mine Test App. Of course, you'll have your own name for your one. Then it will ask you for a package name, and at this point, it really depends on your context. Like, are you working openly with SIL in a place, or are you working, are you trying not to associate yourself with certain organizations? So for our app that we made, we don't put SIL here, but it depending on what you'd like to do. Put the name of your company, put the language name, which is going to be test, and test app at the end. So again, just following the instructions here in the wizard. When I've clicked next, it's asking what kind of book types would I like to add. Yes, we want Bloom books, so we'll go next with that. And here we get the chance to add the books. So what I'll do is I'll add those 3 books that I just created using Bloom from the desktop. Put them in here, Bloom test books. There's the 3. Jesus Shall Reign. I'll bring those 3 in, and they've brought them in to the app there. I'm going to click next again. It's going to ask me whether I want to add those books to the contents menu of the app, and I do want that, so I'm going to click next. It's already checked there. Then it's going to ask for the language name. From memory, I used a language called which was test, closest I can get to test. Of course, you'll want to put your own language name in there. The copyright and licensing page, you'll need to click on the C and decide who you want to copyright the app to. Now, depending on your context, you may not want to put your own name there. I've copyrighted it to JC, Enterprises. So really, it's up to you about how much information you want to embed into the app about yourself and who you are and who created this app. Generally speaking, on the next page, specifying the font, you won't need to do anything there unless you would like a special font. So I'm fine with Indica in this case. And then it asks you, would you like to use Gecko View? Now, if you check this Gecko View box, there'll be some Android phones, older Android phones, that will be able to use the app when otherwise they would not have been able to. But it does add quite a bit of space to your app. So generally speaking, no one nowadays is using Android below Android 5.0, which I think is the reason why you would install Gecko View. So I don't use that myself, and I would recommend not doing it because it just makes your app bigger than necessary. Choose your color scheme for your app depending on your preference. The interface language, the next section, you can choose what you want your default language to be. So if someone's opening it on the phone where English is not the default language, or another language is not included in your translations, it will default back to English. This is asking the question, which language should it default back to? So you can go ahead and choose whichever language you'd like there. I keep it on English myself because the other languages that I want to include is on the next page. So I want to include a translation of, I'll put Chinese in here, maybe some Russian as well. So the Reading App Builder will automatically give a translation and titles in that language. Next page, you can choose which icon you'd like. So this is the way that the app will appear on the homepage of the user. And then the slightly most complex part of this whole wizard of creating an app is you need a Keystore. So without a Keystore, Android will not allow the apps to run. So it's thankfully, it's quite an easy thing to do. You would click on this section here, Create Keystore. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you have a password for it. My password is going to be 123456. 123456, and you click Next, and you're going to now create a Keystore called Key1, which will be valid for 25 years. And then you can give put your own name in here if you like about the certificate issuer. Again, I'm going to put JC in there, and that's all I need for this, because I don't want to link myself to this app necessarily, or anyone of my friends. So once you've done that, you can close that. Remember the password you put in before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will use that Keystore to create the app. Give the name a project. I'm calling mine test app, and finish. And now you've got, we'll go back to this wider view, and now you've got the test app ready to go. We've got the, down here on the left, we've got the books, the 3 books that are ready to go. There are a lot of things you could do at this point to change this app. If you were to just build Android app from here, it would build the app and the 3 books would be on there, and that's what we could do. You could also, there's a lot of options. You could go into navigation, choose the context menu. You could say, you could add a heading in here to say lot. So well, remember we had single page. We had a single page version of the book, and we had separate pages. So you could call it single and separate, perhaps. So single. You can also over here click on translations and add another translation. For example, you could add a different language translation in there if you'd like. Don't need to this time around. So single is going to be one of these, the separation. And once you've got the heading there, you can actually move that heading to a different place. So here's the single one is this version. Everything on a single page is the seahorse one from memory. So I'm going to move that up to there. There we go. I'm going to add another heading, and I'm going to call it separate. Next. And here's my separate heading, and that's going to go after the single page one is here, the separate pages ones are here. So you don't have to do that, but you can, there's lots of things, lots of options here. And once you're ready to build the app, click on Build Android App, and it will start to create that in the same window. So let's see what happens. All right, so it's finished creating the app, and it's told me that it's put the app into App Builder Reading Apps APK output. Not sure if you can see that there, but it's telling me that that's where it is. So just remember where it is. It's in Documents App Builder. And now what you're going to do is to go to your file manager, and you're going to take the app and copy it into one of your USB little USB dongles that you've got. So this one, for example, I can use. It's got the USB for the computer on one side, and the USB for an Android phone with USB-C. The phone, I'm going to put it onto 2 phones. This test app, and one of them is a USB mini connection, which is this kind of connection. So I'm going to go into my file manager now, copy it onto my USB, and I'll see you in a minute, and we'll see it installing onto the phone. So now I'm going to install the app on a more modern Android phone, which I bought here in New Zealand in 2022, so it's a couple of years old. I'm using the USB connection, USB drive from which took the app from the computer. And I just go straight into my Files app and the USB storage, and I'm going to install the test app from there.
Now it's going to ask you a number of questions because it's never seen this app before. One of the questions it's going to ask you is, would you like to have this app submitted to Google to scan? And I would recommend that you do, so that Google gets to know your app and finds out that there's nothing wrong with it. So if you do this yourself while you're testing the app, it means no one else will have to do this because it will already be known. So I will install the app now. And then you'll find the app on your app list. So there it is right there, test app. And here are the books that we created. So if you go into the book number 1, Jesus Shall Reign.
Jesus shall reign.
Turn the volume up.
Jesus shall reign, where over the earth, where over the sun, does his successive journeys run. His kingdom spread from shore to shore, till moon shall wax and wane no more. To him shall endless prayer be made, and endless praises crown his head. His name like sweet perfume shall rise with every morning sacrifice.
So you'll notice that just like we had created in Bloom, the app is now showing up. You've got the heading that we put up there with the single page app and then the separate ones. So here they are separately on one page each.
Jesus shall reign separate.
Jesus shall reign, where over the earth, where over the sun, does his successive journeys run. His kingdom spread from shore to shore, till moon shall wax and wane no more. To him shall endless prayer be made, and endless praises crown his head. His name like sweet perfume shall rise with every morning sacrifice.
You'll notice on the side here too that you can actually scroll up and down. If the text goes over the page, it's quite an easy, simple thing to scroll down to it.
People and realms of every tongue dwell on his love, sweetest song, and infant voices shall proclaim their yearly blessings on his name. Let every creature rise and bring his grateful honors to our King. Angels descend with songs again, and earth repeat the loud Amen.
And you'll notice that the copyright
Jesus
information,
shall reign separate.
copyright information and everything else is on the back here too, which we could have changed at any point. So there's the app. I also wanted to show an example of installing this on a mainland phone. So I'm going to plug in the little USB mini connection to this older this older phone. Go into the Files app and should be able to find Kingston USB. There it is. And the app itself is at the top. So in this case, Huawei is going to ask me to check it, and is going to ask me to, it's going to tell me there's a security alert. We want you to install apps from the app gallery. In this situation, all you need to click is I understand the risk, and I still want to install it. So go ahead and click install. It'll ask you for a password for the account, so make sure you put your password in. Looks like it's installing without any issue. Okay, so it's installed. Do not click Enhance Protection, just click Done, and then once you've done that, you should have a new app, new test app. There it is. So ready to go on a standard mainland phone, so people can listen.
Jesus shall reign, where over the earth, where over the sun, does his successive journeys run. His kingdom spread from shore to shore, till moon shall wax and wane no more. To him shall endless prayer be made.
There we go.
So that concludes the tutorial of how to make a reading app on your phone. I will be available for different questions at different times if we meet together. And if you have any other queries, you can always feel free to send me an email or contact me through Signal. So God bless you guys as you make your own apps as a wonderful blessing to your people. And all the best.